What if Canada's Arctic defense, long considered a remote outpost, is about to become NATO's ultimate northern shield? We're diving deep into how the Saab Gripen E, a jet engineered for extreme cold, could redefine global air power dynamics and surprising traditional defense alliances. Get ready to see how a new era of Arctic dominance is taking shape. The Arctic, once a quiet frozen frontier, is now becoming one of the most competitive strategic zones on the planet. Russia has reactivated old Soviet bases, expanded bomber patrols, and deployed new icebreakers. It's clear, whoever secures the Arctic shapes tomorrow's global power balance. But Russia isn't alone. China has entered the game with its bold Polar Silk Road, linking Asia and Europe through newly opening Arctic waters. Beijing even calls itself a near-Arctic state, signaling long-term ambitions. The ice may be melting, but the tension is solidifying. So where does Canada stand in this fast-changing environment? Canada has some tools: radar networks, CF-18 patrols, and search and rescue sites, but not enough for today's Arctic reality. The challenges are serious: outdated jets that struggle in extreme cold, massive unmonitored airspace, slow interception capability, terrain so harsh that traditional aircraft simply can't sustain operations. As new routes open and foreign powers push north, Canada faces a strategic vulnerability it can no longer ignore. NATO now openly calls the Arctic a critical strategic frontier. Any instability here affects the North Atlantic, Europe's security, global trade routes, and Canada's own sovereignty. As one of NATO's only true Arctic nations, Canada is expected to deliver strong surveillance, quick air response, a reliable Arctic presence. Canada sits at the heart of NATO's northern shield, but only if it upgrades its capabilities. When most fighter jets struggle in freezing temperatures, the Saab Gripen E doesn't just survive, it thrives. This jet was engineered in Sweden, a country where winter isn't a season, it's a battlefield. Gripen's entire design philosophy focuses on extreme cold performance. Electronics insulated for sub-zero stability, engines optimized for cold air ignition, flight systems tested in snowstorms, ice fog, and whiteout conditions. Where other aircraft need heated hangars and large support crews, Gripen can launch from a frozen runway with minimal prep. In the Arctic, that's not just an advantage, it's a necessity. The Arctic is enormous, empty, and unforgiving. Most fighter jets require big bases, long runways, and dozens of technicians. Gripen is the complete opposite. It was designed to operate from austere, improvised airfields, even rural roads, using only a small, mobile ground crew. Key features that make it perfect for Canada's north: short takeoff and landing, ideal for remote Arctic strips; 10-minute turnaround time, fully rearmed and refueled; built-in maintenance simplicity, one mechanic team can service it in the field; low fuel usage, crucial when resupply is difficult in remote regions. While heavier jets like the Typhoon or F-35 depend on massive infrastructure, Gripen thrives where infrastructure doesn't exist. Canada's Arctic is the largest remote airspace on Earth, and Gripen is one of the very few fighters designed for exactly that mission. This isn't a theory. Gripen has decades of real-world success operating in brutal Nordic conditions. It is trusted by Sweden, Finland, historic evaluator, consistently positive; Hungary, Czech Republic, South Africa, extreme temperature contrast operations. In Sweden, Gripen routinely disperses across frozen highways during winter drills, launching, landing, rearming, and redeploying under conditions that would ground many Western fighters. Its record is clear: high readiness, low maintenance, low cost, high reliability. And for Canada, a country that must patrol 4 million square kilometers of Arctic territory, that reliability translates into continuous presence, not grounded jets. Canada's Arctic is massive, so vast that traditional fighter jets often struggle to maintain a persistent presence. But with the Gripen E, Canada's ability to project air power changes dramatically. Gripen's combination of range, fuel efficiency, low maintenance, and fast turnaround means Canada could finally maintain continuous Arctic surveillance instead of periodic patrols.
This matters because more foreign aircraft are probing northern routes, new trade corridors are opening, strategic competitors are expanding military activity near Canadian airspace. With Gripen, Canada gains something it has never truly had before, a fighter designed to stay active, stay present, and stay reliable in the north. Persistent air coverage is no longer theoretical, it becomes practical. One of Gripen's greatest advantages is its ability to operate from small, remote forward bases, something Canada's Arctic desperately needs. If deployed to northern locations like Inuvik, Rankin Inlet, Yellowknife, or even improvised Arctic strips, Gripen would cut interception time dramatically, extend Canada's reach deeper into contested airspace, provide a visible, constant deterrence presence, and allow rapid scrambling without massive infrastructure. Where an F-35 or Typhoon may need a full base, heated hangars, and dozens of technicians, Gripen can function with a minimal crew and minimal logistics. This isn't just about covering space, it's about controlling it. By dispersing Gripens across northern points, Canada can create a flexible, resilient defensive web that reacts instantly to any intrusion. In the Arctic, speed equals deterrence. Gripen provides that speed. Modern Arctic defense isn't just about flying faster, it's about seeing further, understanding earlier, and coordinating better. Gripen E's network-centric warfare system is built exactly for this. Seamless data sharing with AWACS, satellites, drones, and ground stations, real-time target tracking and threat evaluation, secure communication channels compatible with NATO standards, multi-node battle management, allowing Gripens to fight as a linked swarm rather than isolated jets. For Canada, this means stronger integration with NORAD, faster decision-making, greater situational awareness over the world's most unpredictable airspace, a unified northern shield with European allies, and full compatibility with NATO's evolving Arctic strategy. Gripen doesn't just fly in the Arctic, it connects the Arctic. Thanks for watching SkyJet Wings. If Canada fields the Gripen in the Arctic, NATO's entire northern flank becomes far stronger. Gripen's constant Arctic presence would create quicker detection of northern incursions, smoother coordination with Nordic allies, and a continuous deterrent line stretching from Alaska to Scandinavia. Instead of empty sky, adversaries would face a unified Arctic air shield, with Canada playing a central role. If Canada chooses Gripen over the expected alternatives, it sends a major signal across NATO: performance beats politics. Such a move would challenge long-standing assumptions and push other nations to rethink their own fighter choices. It shows that nations don't need the most expensive jet, they need the right jet for their environment. Canada selecting Gripen would be more than a purchase, it would be a statement. A Canadian Gripen fleet would force the world to reevaluate what matters most in modern air power. Can a jet operate in extreme cold? Can it launch from remote bases? Is it affordable enough for continuous patrols? Suddenly, adaptability and harsh weather performance become central metrics, not secondary ones. Gripen's Arctic strengths could shift global priorities, influencing how future fighters are judged.
Looking ahead, a strengthened Canadian Arctic air presence reshapes the country's future. With Gripen's persistent patrol capability, Canada gains stronger sovereignty enforcement across millions of remote square kilometers, improved resource protection as Arctic shipping and energy routes expand, and vastly enhanced search and rescue reach, crucial in a region where lives depend on rapid response. A modern Arctic defense doesn't just deter threats, it protects people, resources, and national identity. Gripen's ability to operate from icy runways and remote bases makes it a natural platform for joint Arctic training with NATO allies. Imagine combined northern drills with Norway, Finland, Iceland, Sweden, and the US, all flying aircraft designed or adapted for extreme weather. These exercises would sharpen interoperability, strengthen northern air corridors, and ensure a unified response framework in one of the world's harshest environments. Canada's Arctic wouldn't be isolated, it becomes a shared operational arena for the alliance. With a modern, cold-weather optimized fighter force, Canada positions itself as a more influential Arctic nation than ever before. This enhanced capability signals three things to the world. 1.
Canada is ready to lead in the high north. 2. Canada can defend and shape emerging Arctic trade routes. 3. Canada is a decisive player in NATO's northern strategy. The Arctic is becoming one of the most important regions of the 21st century, and with the right aircraft and strategy, Canada stands at the center of it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe our channel SkyJet Wings.